I figured you finally got something that came across the transom worth discussing. Instead of we might I'll do a Fortnite thing later, but for now, this one came across the here. I don't know why it does that. Let's see. Oh, Star Trek here should gain new audience embracing horror thriller themed stories. And then goes on to with Alien and Alien. Aliens is really more of a war story. He starts missing some points here. It's like, and with the box office receipts, it's like, as a Superman Star Trek in the sci-fi genre, a mashup of horror, I was like, ladies. the kind of zombie virus that went around crazy on the first episode of Lower Decks. That was more of a parody of the whole thing, really. I was supposed to report to Nurse Smith. This is worse. Okay. And then points out where they have Wolf in the Fold, and frankly, Enemy Within was same right. Rob Black. That was also really kind of a bit of a horror thing. And it goes into a little breakdown of Wolf in the Fold, and then just I never bothered to whatever discovered it. But yeah, it's like the tried badly on the USS Glenn, trying more for a Cronenberg thing than that. If he's advocating for like turning Star Trek into some kind of horror show, no, don't. One, it's also the assumption that horror fans are not also Star Trek. You prove yourself. You're a horror fan. You're also a Star Trek fan. There's a crossover there. Okay, we don't need we wouldn't be winning many more new fans. You just be turning off by it. It's like me. We're really not into horror a great deal. Okay. I mean, there's a concept. How about just doing Star Trek? Stop trying to reinvent the freaking wheel. They were doing pretty damn good up through Enterprise, okay? And the only one that really has gotten what they did on there was, Lower Decks and the third season of Picard. These guys know how the sausage is made and how to make it properly. You don't just throw it in a bowl and say, "Here you go." Matter, yeah. But should do more horror. Well, that's you, okay? Some of us don't want that much horror. Okay? Once in a while is fine if it's done properly in respect to the format and the characters. But don't just start cramming horror stories in for the sake of cramming in horror stories. You're going to screw it up even worse. Now I have sent out the proper invites here and there. We'll see if Rosetta nibbles and jumps in here. We get a real sprightly debate going, but I'm not sure what the debate because he doesn't like horror at all. Don't know when she was 3 years older. Her grandma was into horror movies, classic, and she remembers like that's dumb and stupid. Stupid and boring. Walked up. Yeah, it goes back to like they're trying to do I mean, they sold Prodigy. Sold Kurtzman the idea of of Prodigy being a kids show. They get, but the execution was such it's really not a kids show. It's still pretty heady concept. It's still very much a Star Trek show. But they one appealed to Kurtzman's idea of we need to open up a new audience thing. Any of us old timers? Yeah, I was 2.5 when the show premiered. Okay. I've always been a Star Trek fan as far as I do not have a moment of first discovery. When I was, as soon as those things hit regular syndication in the mid-70s, I was there watching. I wasn't even, not quite 10 years old, okay? Now and then again, the Saturday morning cartoon a few years earlier, there was nothing kiddie about it. Okay? That was one of Roddenberry's things. No, we're not doing a kiddie Star Trek. We're doing Star Trek in animated form. And yeah, that got a lot of the original writers back. They tried to get Gene Coon. I don't know why he turned to me. We're probably just busy or just sick. Would have been great if they could have gotten him though, but we might have just not felt the need because there, one of the things that helped the animated show was there was a writer strike going on. But then, like now, there is an opening, that you can write for an animated show and not be considered breaking the strike. And they've got a lot of writers out because during that writer strike of 73, 72, 73, like, hey, you can write for us, and you're still and not be considered breaking the strike. Look in the contract; it's there. But actually, Lower Decks, they could have done the same thing, but they, out of respect for the thing, they did not pursue anything during the writer strike. They, as far as getting writing done, they could have, but they didn't. They all stole, in solidarity with the union, they held off, and it didn't really affect them much anyway, because the lead time and such, but it didn't really affect much at all. I think they got a lot of their stuff done before the strike even happened. So there may have been a bit of a rush to catch up afterwards, but not much. Daniel. But no, they keep trying to reinvent the wheel. I wish the Star Trek should do this. How about the Star Trek just do Star Trek? Okay. That's a pretty variable format to begin with. The setting is such you can do just about any kind of story. What you don't want to do is try and pervert the format to go to those and just stay at that point. No. If you want to do a horror story, you do a comedy, do what, you go to the original series, there's every kind of story in there pretty much. Some of them are just flat, it was back in the day when, because if you did a Western series, it was considered expected that you would be doing variations on established themes. You might call it ripoffs or homages or whatever, but it was common if you a couple of producers of different, Western shows. Hey, have you done your High Noon yet? There'll be some episode where the hero is alone against the red, and everyone has turned against him. He has to face the bad guys by himself. And movies do it too. You think High Plains Drifter? It's High Noon with a supernatural twist. Pale Riders, the loose reworking of Shane, with another supernatural twist there. We should have gotten Clint Eastwood in something Star Trek back in the day when he was affordable. Can you imagine a face-off with Eastwood on the bridge? I know what you're thinking, Koloff. Did I fire 6 photon torpedoes or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, all this time I kind of lost count. Anyway. But yeah, it's like, well, I don't know how much longer we're going to go with this, frankly, because I was hoping to get more of a panel discussion going here, but folks are out and about doing their Saturday afternoon things. And I am trying to avoid going off on other topics that, All right. But I have done a little research, a little bit of poking around on certain other issues and a little more reassured about the certain status of a certain person who I'm not going to, because I don't have to change the tags in here, but let's just say that, no big deal. Oh, God. It's like she's doing it for street cred, not enough to do anything, which tracks with a lot of other, things. All right. Well, at this rate, I might as well fire up Fortnite. Let's see if anything new has come through. And I'll go ahead and change the name of it. Yep. There we go. Okay, whatever. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, take a quick browse, see if anything new is showing up on the free front here. Not really. Okay, so let's go and fire that up. So I'm going to move this over here to the other screen. And since we're deviating, yeah, I know Indy's doing her ticketed stream today. Which baffles me a little bit because she doesn't bring in the money. She doesn't. Got less than 20 people in there. The only big boon for it is the fact she knows I can't watch it unless I show my head and promptly get it lobbed off. Listen, after a couple of years of me and Adam not going on with Sasha, I don't want to go for that look. Not going. Then boyfriend moves in, and suddenly the tune starts changing, which is suspect in and of itself. And it shows it's not from any kind of desire to do anything except trying to please her gay boyfriend. Apparently, he really is gay. He's pushing her to do this shit. And she thought straight guys are abusive. Guess what? Abusive men are abusive men. Doesn't matter where they stick it. Okay. Okay. While we're waiting for this thing to finally settle up. Hmm. Okay, let's get out of that. All right. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get the music back in here properly. I didn't properly save it last time. Up 25 is good. Here we go. And that does tend to make the plate a little duller than dishwater when you don't. All right, let's look at the quests. Okay, nothing particularly outrageous there. I think I need to knock over it. I need to knock over a vault or two here anyway. So let's hit down here, hit the black market up there. Because I want to get some dill bits in order to get the good stuff. Yeah. All right. All right. Oh, well, what do you know? Okay. Get it way here. Okay. Got a ways to go here. Hope the connection holds and I don't get locked up again here. Okay, so far so good. And they're going to Crime City, where it's always dark and raining. I remember end of the next gen episode, The Big Goodbye. What was it like, Data? It was raining by the city by the bay, a hard rain, the kind of rain that brings the scum up from that. Okay. All right, first one. All right. Okay. Holy shit, what the hell? Bitch! You can't shoot any better than they do. Come on. Oh, and you pissed off the big man himself. Hmm. Okay, let's try this again. Now it'd be quicker to do it from here. Normally, that's doable, just as long as you get some to do some idiot right in the party. That's it. I like to be a little methodical in my planning here and my execution of stuff. You know, I don't appreciate these guys run down like bloody maniacs. The chickens have head cut off. You know, shoot everything that moves. Go up and down, you fuckhead. Okay, that wasn't quite what I had in mind. Do this thing now before someone else does. Hmm. Give me that. You little fucker. You don't want to be hoodlums. They're really starting to piss me off, you know? Yeah, that got you a lot, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right. All right. Tell you what. Let's try this one. And we have the black market over there. Okay. Everything you really need is right at the bank. So, whoop. Doesn't matter which bank you're going to. more concerned about rate of fire, not how many, because it doesn't matter how much the potential hit is if you can't get the round on the target. And I want to make sure I hit the son of a bitch. Yeah. There we go. All right, now let's. And two more over here. No. Oh, now I found a big one. All right. Keep on climbing. Okay. All right. Let's sit up straight for buck's sake. All right. Pretty sure that car was not there like that originally. It's more for me. Where are we in relation to the bank now? Way over there. Great. All right. And I'm guessing there's some kind of. Oh. Let's get that more than one of those. Probably a cash register. Never mind. Oh, man. All right. Keep in mind, get out. Let's get some gold out of this. All right. Tell you what. Bitch. Nice theory, but yeah, still dealing with laser rifle. Try this again. Should have switched to my own. Wanda looks rather pissed in this picture, you know? All right. Okay. Let's try that again. So far, it hasn't really been locking up at all, I noticed. I've just been getting cocky. I need to start playing smarter here. Yeah, let's see if we can actually get to the roof this time. Just because I don't want anybody else getting this stuff. I really don't care about it. Now this is more like it. Oh, you bitch! Of all the... No, not the same Snoop Dogg, but god damn it. Little historical fact. You know the reason how the Crips got their name? Because they would cripple their, targets with baseball bats. It only takes one dipshit. Throwing all four of them, not going to make it any faster. All right. Coming in from the north. Okay, let's try the big house. And then hit the one up and... Okay, so you're the one that won last one, or at least won your last one. So everyone look for that one. She'll die first. Okay. Fuck you. Let's get that one that I just tossed down there. Or is that the one I just tossed? Oh well. No. Okay, let's get back to the lobby. We're going to check a few things here. Okay. So let's get in here. Begin nothing to getting Sub-Zero. So that just leaves 1, 2, and the thing. 3 left, and that finishes up that. And then we can get into the bonus round. I mean, frankly, when I played Mortal Kombat, I generally go with Scorpion. I wasn't really Sub-Zero. Right. Still have not completed a single. Because I'll get to a vault first before going to black market. So, which one before you get in there? So what? While we're doing all that, are there any milestones I need to knock off here? Nothing within easy reach. Especially the way I've been playing today. Alright, let's just get in there. Actually, let's change skins. This kind of goes in the thing of, like the, be somewhat consistent with whatever skin I'm doing here. So let's. I don't think I'm being mean enough here. Okay, so. You tell me I don't have Wolverine. Oh, there it is. Let's get Daredevil here. And while I'm at it, no, it is there. Okay. All right. For some reason they don't, All right. Get a little more ruthless here. All right. All right, which way are we going to go here? Coming from the south? Go down. Now, generally played pretty well there. I've never won one, but I pushed pretty high with him. It was a matter of time I got to win with him. By contrast, I got Wonder Woman and won the first 2 rounds with her back to back. That was fun. Yeah. I was feeling inspired. Bitch. Yeah, that wasn't going to work anyway. All right. Try that again. Taken up by a red pickle. You really want to do that? Yeah. I was like, anybody starting any fires lately? I haven't really seen gas cans that long. So. There's been fires all the time in this game. Yeah. Okay, if I can actually pull off one of these things here. All right. Okay, so coming in from north here, let's hit this and change. It's not hard, really, to get in, the crack a vault and everything, because the guards can't shoot worth straight, even the big ones. It's dealing with third parties like to jump in and take advantage of your work. Excuse me, there are like a few other vaults in this, 3 other vaults in this island. Go find your own. Leave me the hell alone. Anything up top? Not really. Good, finally got the rifle I like right off the bat. Let's get something out of this. All right. I'm going to running start here. There we go. Little forward momentum does wonders. Okay, quit slouching. Leaning forward is not going to help the. Freak him out. Yeah. I'll take that. Grab one of those later. This is really kind of a daredevil thing to do anyway with this thing going there, yeah. Line burst. As long as some pipsqueak barging in, ruining the party, things go fine. Let's do this a little more Daredevil style. Ooh. Better. I need gold. Lots and lots of gold. I've been depleting my resources too much. All right, let's organize a bit here. Got that. That goes down there. And frankly, for a proper machine gun here. In case I run into somebody I don't want to, I need some shoes back on here. I know I came across some kind of sub here. I just need to find one of my own here. Okay. Not that one. Yeah, don't like that. All right, let's see. Go over here. I really should be picking this one thing. All right. Can you sell anything useful here? Do that. Yeah, okay. All right. And the one I was going to go to is now going to be in the storm, so it took too long. All right, where do we want to go? Let's go to that one. Actually, should be one down by the guardhouse. Yeah. And it didn't get the ammo box. Naughty, naughty. All right, there we go. We'll get some good pew-pews. Okay. All right. Oh, geez. Someone's going to ruin the party. Dipshit. And I still go. Oh. I can do that. No, didn't need to. Just give someone a bonus. All right. No machine gun? What? Oh, the medkits I need. Ah, now we get the good stuff. Ooh. All right. Yeah, do that. No, give me that back. With that, there we go. Yeah, I don't want a rocket launcher. No snacks? That's good. What is this game? Oh well. Cool. Yep, we're full up on ammo. Okay. I had a car here. Some guys stole my car. Or am I on the inside of the window? No, I'm in the back entrance. Never mind. Huh. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need. There's my car. Shit. Well, I'll put a hurt on him at least. All right. Get back in the lobby, see where we're at. Okay, 2 more. Almost there. So 1 more level up and we'll get Sub-Zero, and that wraps up that portion of the festivities. We are 62 away. That's easy enough. Okay. All right. What's any milestones I might hit along the way? Almost level 100. No, if I switch to Wolverine, I'm getting pissed. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, getting there. Okay. I'm not finding submachine gun. What is with some people? You're in 0 build. Why are you tearing things up? Okay, where are we coming in? Oh no. All right. Doesn't really matter. Just need to search containers in a named location. This is a named location. And it's got plenty of stuff to search. So. What? Not right now. Done. That, and while I'm at it, could use that. I need some ammo. I need it fast. Okay. nice. Shit. A little too tight at quarters there. Way to go. Let's keep rolling here. Okay, so I don't think we'll do that one again. Check the task we have here before I get on to biz. Okay. All right. One more, and we got. Okay. All right. All right. Thought I saw something like that. Okay. Don't like those. Nobody likes to hold still long enough to get a good shot on it, and it's like you just wasted a bullet. I guess I'm maxed out. I've already got a better rifle, so don't worry about it. That takes care of the dailies. All right. Okay, as long as I'm here, I might as well make a run at the vault. Okay. And okay. Or in the bathroom, one of the two. All right. All right. Anyway, let's do a little bit of rearranging here. Not a big fan of the pump and dump. Okay, so let's rearrange it over here. Put that right there. Okay, so I can also grab the two that I saw earlier. So. Try that. Shit! Thankfully, he'd already taken damage, so. I already took that guy out. What the hell? I took that guy out once. What the fuck? Was that the player? Well, let's get back there and wrap this part up. Okay, let's get on here. And take that out Sub-Zero. Okay. That takes care of that. Now we're into the bonus ones. Alright. Rosetta, just getting it thing. Rosetta's just not getting home. So. Okay. Okay, let's see what they can hear. Okay. Okay, and yeah, most of the stuff in the bonus round, I really don't give a crap. What skips up to? Yeah, beyond that, it's just this super style crap, and I don't really care. Especially with going on skins I really don't run anyway. So, but you know, I was like a good loading screen. That's a nice one. Usual suspects lined up there, and of course the V-Bucks. That's the main thing. That's a damn good look. These are not bad, you know, wallpapers either. In some cases. Squaring off against Scorpion. Right. Yeah. Okay, let's get back out of that. So, let's see if in the time we got here, let's ratchet up a level. What? What? Fine, I am still alive, you know. Okay, fine. Yeah, a little something, you know. I'm watching Ninja. Pistols, you know. Oh, There we go.
Just got home. I thought you said you said Star Trek shit.
It was. Then I got bored.
I wasn't coming in for Fortnite.
Well, yeah, I'm just running the clock out until you got here. So, but it won't be long.
It's weekend. I often spend the time off with my husband chasing animal photos.
Yeah.
Which was not a problem to get.
Okay.
Long story short is we've been very, very sporadic in weather recently.
Yeah. That happens in mountain regions. Yeah.
Well, we're not in the mountain region. We're in Iowa.
No, okay, that's right. You're in Iowa.
In Iowa, normally, I grew up in the mountains, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was doing like this 80 plus the other day, and then it was in the negative, down into the well below freezing and all that overnight lately.
What
and
the hell? No.
There's fish in the Iowa rivers that are not accustomed to those kinds of weather changes.
You little shit.
So what ended up happening was a massive fish die-off caused by freeze. Now, unlike the fish die-offs caused by the farm toxins, these fish basically were fresh frozen fish, as they call them.
Ah, so bird's eye in nature, basically. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that many pelicans in one place in my life.
Well, yeah, free dinner.
I have pictures of a gull swallowing a fish big as him. I've got, and you can see him really struggling with it. And then right as it's finishing going down, you can just see this contented look like.
He'll be digesting that for a week.
And then waddled away from the spot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that tasted good.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah, well, save something for next time. Okay. Maybe later than that.
So it's like I was having an interesting animal day. And now my camera's uploading. You know, I emptied my camera yesterday morning, which I guess makes it funnier that just my main camera has about 1,100 pictures on it.
Just?
That's just my main camera. That doesn't count my art mode or the other stuff. And that's just pretty much today.
Yeah. Now, start off thing, there was a guy advocating that Star Trek should do more horror thriller type stories, like and get more. I think, you know.
No, they shouldn't.
No, they do it. And he cites the times they've done it before. It's like, yeah, because you're not really discovering anything new. And it's like kind of missing the point. Look, you admit yourself, you're a Star Trek fan and a horror. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. Nobody's just a fan of one thing. Okay.
There's also a lot of Star Trek fans who don't like the horror and never liked those episodes. I know many of them.
Yeah.
And if you do too many,
yourself included,
it doesn't bother me as much. At least when it's mixed with sci-fi, it doesn't bother me. I know people who have serious psychological issues with horror because of stuff they've been through, who love Star Trek.
Yeah.
And while some of the episodes have horror-ish elements, the balance that it was never full horror is part of what made them able to watch.
Yeah.
So it's not that simple.
It's like, I mean, like, one thing you didn't know is The Enemy Within was really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde story.
Well, to be fair, The Enemy Within is not horror by the way you define the definition of horror. The Enemy Within is a thriller.
Yeah.
Horror is visual terror. Thriller is psychological.
Yeah. Like I said, Enemy Within is really Jekyll and Hyde, but with the twist is that, you know, you need Hyde. Okay. The only way you can be captain is you need Mr. Hyde.
But the point I was making there is that there's a big difference in that. And the amount of people who call thrillers horror and horror thrillers kind of gets on my nerves at times because there is a very clear definition. And psychological horror means it has to be a bit of a thriller and a bit of some jump scare and some horror and stuff like that. A psychological horror would be something like the movie Fear, if you ever saw it.
Oh, the trailers. That was enough to say, I'm not interested in this.
It's actually really not badly made, but it is definitely creepy and it's dealing with predators and going after girls and stuff.
That's not a thing that appeals to me.
For obvious reasons, I watched it.
Yeah.
Well,
like I mentioned, Wolf in the Fold. Yeah. So,
but
where are going with it?
I would also say with Fear that I would say about pretty safe to say most of the plot of that movie would be thriller, not horror. But there are some definite horror, jump scare, physical elements to parts of it. It's like, and thriller and horror are such a crossover anyways.
Yeah.
They are the crossover.
Yeah, but with Star Trek, it's like, before they start trying to reinvent the wheel, we should make how about just making Star Trek? Is that too much to ask at this point?
Came in from going photo shooting. I come into this room and my chair has been twisted and turned. It's not where I left it. And I start to turn it to put it back where it belongs, and baby girl sprawled across the seat of it. She looks at me, meows, growls, and sticks her paws into the chair like, this is mine.
Yeah, I need to remind her. No, I outweigh you by several hundred pounds and can throw you across the lawn.
Don't say several hundred. I'm not that fucking heavy.
Well, 700 times. Okay.
I wouldn't say that either.
I wonder by a wet chunk, and I can toss you like a football. No.
There you go. Good chunk. Fine. Your numbers are not numbering. Yeah. I'm not that fucking heavy.
Okay, and there we got her. Yeah.
Hello, Steph.
Hello, crazy
no, but horror in Star Trek is in small doses. Like
is that Panther?
Nope, that's baby girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's baby girl.
Okay, girl.
But it's like First Contact. I mean, I accused Ron when I just saw an outline of it, or it was maybe an early draft script. Won't say how I got it. I called Ron Moore directly on through emails. Like, do you guys watch Aliens a few too many times? Because it was deliberately ripping off Aliens in that respect. Now again, I will concede they did a good job of Frakes didn't know what he was doing in that, but still,
Hey, baby girl, did you miss me today? Apparently. So basically, what happened is all these fish that are not accustomed to fast weather changes went through 80 degrees, followed by within a very, very short period of the evening, dropping from 80 to the teens.
Oh, boy.
And they froze because the river wasn't accustomed. They didn't have the frost layers. And so we had a massive fish die off. So now we have this like hyper abundance right now of gulls and pelicans and other stuff down along the river right now that are all just feasting on these fish that died and fighting over them too. They're like, mine.
Are you trying to find the CBD again, baby girl?
She's actually just trying to curl up in a ball right now.
Because usually when she's on your lap, she's trying to find the CBD.
If you smell it within range, then
I've got a lot of pelican pictures from today.
Chappy.
What?
May I have one of my zero sugar Fantas?
Hold on.
Well, that wasn't the goal of that picture. Hey, photo bomber. Let me show you this. This photo bomber did a good job. I was trying to take a group shot, and I wasn't sure if it picked it up or not because he flashed right into the movement while I was doing it. This was supposed to be a picture of the pelicans.
And, of course, the gulls put it in, which they do.
But that's actually a really good goal shot. Look at that.
Damn.
Photo bombing goal.
Aw, baby girl.
She's like, you left me all day. Oh, I was gone for 6 hours and it felt like you were dying, right? And she's like, yes. She's like, yes, I can't. What are you going to do when I go see Kidgel in a week and a half?
Panic.
Drops herself on top of me like,
yeah.
No, you don't.
I should send Sinead an invite. Giving her some sugar.
What do you think of that picture overall, even if it is a photo bomber? It's not actually bad, is it?
Yeah, ooh, caption. Caption identifies a pelican today. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I already got a text from Domino's on the way, or something acknowledging.
Ow. Wow.
Good thing I very rarely ever have that.
Well, let me get your Fanta. I did another soda myself here.
What are you trying to have, woman?
My very, very, very occasional Domino's that I rarely ever have anymore.
Domino's can be any number of things, from thin crust stuff with almost no carbs to the freaking pasta bowls that could kill you in one shot. Same with the lava cakes, honestly. You don't want to know how many carbs and sugars are in those.
Let me get your soda before she drives down here to beat you up.
What are you getting, Steph?
Like I said, my very...
You open your big mouth.
It's not about how often you have it. It's about what you have. Treats doesn't matter if you have them once in a year. If they're a certain amount of carbs or sugar, they can still kill you.
I won't be eating the entire thing, probably.
What are you getting?
My pasta bowl.
Do not eat those things. They are nothing but carbs and sugar. Literally. There's a shot for you. Can you say bye-bye, fish? Why does the pelican look proud as he's doing it?
Because they're pelicans. They're arrogant little shits.
Little? They're huge.
Yeah. All right. Is it time to change your order?
What?
Is there time to change your order? Something about what's the time for?
I worry because I actually want you to not kill yourself doing stupid shit. I've been trying to explain to you, your treats is not a question of how often you have them. It's a question of which ones. I can teach you ways to get good treats that don't spike like that.
Well, I did find a recipe for a keto-friendly sourdough bread, but just looking at the recipe itself, it's like, ew. Because it's mostly like nut flour, but for the sourdough part, it's the juice from sauerkraut. Like I said, ew. I mean, I like sauerkraut, but that...
Needs a little editing, but when a gull's trying to swallow a fish almost as big as him.
That's the frozen one.
Well, they're not fully frozen anymore because it's warmed back up.
Okay,
so basically, it's like they froze, died, and then it warmed up, and all the fish smell just permeated in the air, and all the birds from miles around all just went, fresh fish, fresh fish.
And of course, the gulls are like, mine.
You can see that's like swallowed a ways down his gullet already, and look at the size of it still to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's really struggling to get that thing down, and then once he gets it down, look how wide his whole body and neck are.
Mm-hmm.
He literally almost doubled his size swallowing that thing. Look at this. He's like, and you can still see the tail trying to stick out of his beak. He's having trouble finishing getting it down. He's like, I'm going to swallow you.
Yeah, his neck is twice the size normally.
So is his body, honestly. It just doesn't look quite as freakish as the neck. He wanted that fish.
I am so tempted to send Sinead an invite. Give her shit directly. And probably talking about her travails of trying to date her thing, but like trying to be honest, but saying she's crazy but likes cuddles doesn't quite come because because that's it's like where I said start running my mouth. The time I got arrested, the time I was a psych ward, the time I was homeless, the time I got robbed, the time I was trans. People think I'm fucking mental. It's like, well, oh, I'm not mental. I got personality. Yep.
This needs cleaned up a little bit. It has a slight blur that I need to remove, but overall, for an action shot, how's that, Bob?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just needs a little edit to clean up the blur from the action movement.
Yeah, that's good pose for a sculpture, though.
Yay, I had some good shots today.
Whoops.
Oh yeah.
And then I came back and I'm dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to learn to stop trying to eat crap that's going to kill you. I'm a caretaker. That means you don't get away with crap around me. All right, next camera. So, you remember me playing Luke Pidgeot and his interactions with Drake?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Aussie boy is coming over to the U.S. For only a few weeks.
Yeah.
And it just happens at the end of the month here, before I have to try to go see Mom in a couple weeks. He's performing in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Which is less than 4 hours from here.
All right.
So guess which crazy bastard I get to see live? It's going to be interesting. My husband doesn't like swearing. We didn't have time to book somebody else to go with us, and he volunteered to take care of me for it.
Oh, boy.
I tried to warn him it's an Aussie. He said he doesn't care. He's not leaving me alone in downtown Chicago with my issues.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
So this is going to be interesting.
Downtown Chicago in general is not, just...
Well, to be fair, it's the northern end near Willis and the zoo and stuff. It's not a high crime area. It's not as big as an issue.
So it's not the south side. So you can.
No, it's north side.
Yeah.
It's not the slums. It's the rich area where freaking, all the fancy mansions and towers and stuff are. So, but it's still lots of people, cities, city dangers and stuff. And yeah, he's refusing to leave me alone. So my husband's going to have to put up with some foul language.
Oh, boy.
Aussie style. Wow. Ow, 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 ow.
Okay.
Well, if you guys get really bored, you can always you can always head down south after the show.
Why would you want to go south?
Okay, first of all, why would we get bored going to see one of my favorite comedians? Second of all, why would I go south after the show when we're going to be getting out late at night and we have to drive all the way home the same night? Because I'm not paying for a Chicago hotel. Talking about overpriced shitholes. I mean, did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, what I was thinking is Metropolis.
That's a way south.
Steph, sweetie.
That's the southern tip of the state.
What?
How much money do you think I have for this outing?
I don't know.
Let me look at a map. Might be able to plot on the way back, but
No.
no.
We have to drive 4 hours home after the show to go to bed.
Yeah. So Metropolis would be a trip all by itself. Assuming I'm interested in Superman. So yeah, it's a nice little town though.
I am curious now. You know, you got my curiosity piqued here. Because I do travel along the middle and other areas. Okay, yeah. Do you guys want to know how far south that actually is?
Oh yeah, it's right across the Kentucky border.
Yeah, that's down near Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about going a couple hours at least past St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. In the opposite direction where they need to go to get home, basically.
Yeah. Let me, in fact, see there.
Because you're, the Cedar Rapids area.
Yeah, that part is known publicly.
Yeah, that's it. That's
okay.
Pretty much straight west. Metropolis
is 5.5 hours straight south.
There's Paducah.
You're talking about it would turn a 4-hour drive into probably about a 15-hour drive just to get there and back.
So, yeah, no. It would be shorter going to Sandusky to visit the Star Trek Continue sets. Okay. Because that's just, due east of Chicago, really.
Either way, that would still be a cool road trip all on its own.
Because you're not driving.
I already have a gnome telling me he has things he could go do with me if I can get up there and see him.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
And I've already figured out how long it would take to drive to the gnome from where I am without taking all the tolls and without taking the main highway through Chicago. Would take about 13.5 hours to get to the gnome from me.
So let's look here. This is where the general area where she lives. This is Chicago. Metropolis is way the freaking hell down here.
Down tip, right next to freaking Tennessee and Nashville.
Right there, down where Paducah. It's like right across the border, and there's Metropolis somewhere in here. This is by comparison. Sandusky's right about here.
Yeah, it literally would take longer to get to Metropolis from Chicago and home than it took us to go to Ohio. Mm-hmm. Where'd she go?
I don't know. Where's Riverside?
Riverside is just south of Iowa City, just below Cedar Rapids here. It's like 40-ish minutes drive from town here.
Get off of
almost dead south. Scroll in.
This will be easier to find. Okay, so
see the highway there?
So where's
Riverside is right there, just below Iowa City there. You're almost dead center with Riverside now. And it's right off that highway. It's literally just south of us. You're pulling it off the screen. It's on the bottom. Lower.
Oh, there we are.
There.
And somewhere around here is the big shipyard with the canyon out of nowhere that,
Yeah, right.
Dish those convenient, those little collector cars.
I don't know who decided that there were deserts and canyons like the Grand Canyon in Iowa. What crack pipe were you smoking?
It's JJ. He does all these things. He always be a cool shot, whether it makes sense or not.
Emphasis on the not.
Mm-hmm. Like when they showed on
Iowa.
picture, that mock-up that somebody did back in the 90s, where they somehow photoshopped in an old AMT Enterprise model into the shipyards in Newport News. Terrible, it was an aircraft carrier. Oh yeah, this is he's like, hey, we'll do that. It was a joke, you moron. Let's zoom back out here. And
okay, so I took about 1,600 pictures today, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
So let's go all the way down here. Okay, now I'm lost. Okay, went too far, I think. Yeah, Indianapolis. No, I need to. Where the freaking hell? State borders would be useful in this thing. Okay, there's Paducah. There's Metropolis. And this would be the Ohio River. And right here, basically center of town, pretty much. Big Superman statue, right across from the Superman Museum, right about there. And as you come into town, from here, there are little Superman symbols all along the road leading you to the center. They've gone in whole hog on this. There's a Lois Lane statue up the road a little bit here. But yeah, not really feasible under the circumstances. And she dropped out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's been an interesting day. Very much.
Hmm.
Ow, ow.
I think I'm going to report somebody here.
Wow. You're a bitch. Okay, both cameras are loaded. To those who want to give me crap, I've got a nicer camera.
Uh-huh.
This is not a cheap Nikon.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
No.
Hey, baby. Sorry, did I have a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Ow, ow. You eat penis. I'm going to make a list of the ticks that I've been dealing with the last few months and see what exactly is in them. Because holy crap. It's a lot. Ow, ow. Wow.
Hmm.
So I'm plotting right now.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when women have time to plot and plan?
Bad things happen usually.
But I'm such a good girl, right?
Yeah.
I love how much you sound like you believe that. You're like,
yeah.
why is she claiming such a thing?
Yeah. Plausible deniability.
I would never do anything bad.
There's not such a way to get caught.
I'm a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't think it means the same thing when my husband calls me one.
Mm-hmm. It's the old Mae West thing. When you're good, you're very good. When you're bad, you're better. Yeah.
There was a little girl who had a little girl.
Ooh. Would you accept a free Tesla? Well, maybe.
No. If somebody gave me one, I'd sell it, pay off the taxes, and use the rest of the money for anything but that.
Well, there's that.
Not even if I liked him would I keep that car. They are some of the worst electric cars with the most intrusive things in them. It's an exhausting day.
I mean, I do think about, when Tim Allen was doing a tour of his garage, and he's got a Tesla, and you think, yeah, it's a golf cart. Okay, be honest, Elon, it's a golf cart.
Oh, what the hell?
You know your wife is insane.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. The most disturbing thing is that you said that with a relatively straight face.
All right. I think I'm going to start a little bit of thing with the Trek culture thing about ranking all the bridges from worst to best. We're saying they're all nice, but just start, they're least favorite to the most favorite. Couple of slams here, so the cardboard sets, the original sets, like they did rank the original series bridge number 2, but it's behind the next gen set. But it's like the original, the original sets were not cardboard, and the Discovery sets used just as much plywood as any other ones. Okay? I'm getting tired of that thing. It was just a joke. No, it's not a joke. It's a slam on the sets. Okay, I'm sick and tired of hearing it.
They have to keep trying to tear down the original series to hawk up their new shit.
Like I said, guys, find any of the making of stuff where they're building those sets. A lot of wood. Okay.
Let's see.
Just about as much as the. In fact, I think they're. When they moved the sets from. They were originally on one lot when they shot the pilots. Then they moved to the main Desilu lot next to Paramount. The original set was all wood. I think the when they moved it, they kept one original station, made a fiberglass casting of it, and then used that to do the rest of the bridge. So it's not quite the original thing, but it's like they. I think they probably used less plywood than any sets after that.
And just because they didn't have as much budget for the original set comparatively, does not mean it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, if anything, claiming that stuff because they didn't have the same kind of budget actually just proves our point that it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right? Original set.
Yeah.
Badass and had almost no budget.
And
that makes it even better.
And compare when they got a chance to rebuild it for Enterprise and Enter Darkly.
Oh.
Come on. Yeah, it's right here next to me. But when they had a chance to build a new version of it for the Defiant Bridge with modern technology, they were slavishly thinking to duplicate this as much as they could. Just a few subtle changes, like the handrails slightly rounded, and the dedication plaque says Defiant, not Enterprise, but the defense being this isn't the Enterprise. Okay, we can fudge things a little, but that's where if you want to stick in little details there and there, like just rounding the corners on the handrail a bit, And actually, there's a lot of detail on that bridge that didn't get seen on the original, because there were labels on a lot of those buttons. But when they lit up, you didn't see it. But
Hey! Check out this one I'm working on.
Ooh, blade.
Pelican in flight.
Yep.
Pretty sharp image, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for being craned like this, taking it over my head as it's flying by.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 4 o'clock. Okay. Whoops.
That tells you how tired I am today, doesn't it?
Oh boy, pads and tampons in the men's room in Canada. Okay.
I've been working. See, to all the people who sit there and go, well, always saying the nerds need to touch grass. It's like, what the hell do you think I've been doing? I've been out there actually following animals, getting pictures, hiking, trailing,
Yeah.
Wow.
Louis C.K. wanted to know, why are we hating on Snow White again? Because the actual Latina is it, because it pisses all over the original. Nobody asked for it, and the lead is an idiot.
The lead of the new crap Snow White is not an idiot. She's a flat-out racist piece of shit bigot. Get the terminology correct. She is utter garbage. Well, you can tell there's a lowering sun right on their backs, can't you?
Yeah. Flying out of the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nope. And fire that one up there. Okay. What? Didn't tell me that. Hold on, I go retrieve the food coming in. All right.
Well, I have to make this look amazing.
Whoa.
This is my picture.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there.
Never mind.
Okay, let's do a little crop work. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's got way too much blue on it, so I'll have to kill that, but take the saturation level down a little. Contrast up. A little brighter, hint of black, and let's see, height that exposure up, local down. Ow. Mm-hmm. Ow. Wow. Wow. You eat penis. Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ow. Wow. I. Mmm. Let's try details here. Up the compression down. Contrast can be overwhelming. Exposure up slightly. If I wanted to focus on the animals, I can do that. Brighten it a bit. Make the animals pop out. See, this is a focaling. Kill the vibrance just a little so the color is not overpowering, but still there. Hype the details up. And there. Let's see. Wow. Mm-hmm. So as I pop this up and see what people think of it. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I like how that one came out. I think it really has a pop. Oh, okay. Um. Mm, 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 mm.
Why are you back in here?
But it's not out there, and I'm getting my phone.
Mm.
Oh, Betty.
Going all town.
Well, that doesn't do us any good, now does it?
This is working it out, so he's coming this way.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of these shots I did along the beach line. And need a little of the water there, but not a lot. Okay. Intentionally trying to rip away that background. Not sure I like that one yet.
Dumb shit. No.
Wow. She just wow. Wow.
Wrong damn parking lot. What the hell?
Yes.
Hmm. Wow. Captain Asian Dick. Wow.
All right. Almost ready to rejoin the Atlas. What? Yeah.
You're the one who mentioned Domino's, you jackass.
You mentioned it an open fucking street. Don't even get out of here with that one.
Ow.
No, I asked if you were checking your messages.
What? One sec. I gotta deal with something.
Shut up. All right. Okie dokie. All right. Whoops. Before I run over my phone. All right. Come on. There we go. Okay. Get wired back in here. All right. Whoops. Let's see. Where is this? Who was this bozo anyway? Yeah. Had to report one of Indy's simps. So, yeah. By all rights, that account should not be long for this world.
You want to wrap this up so we can do something more inappropriate, like watch some car or something?
I can do that.
Yeah, I think we need a little crazy and inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. And something that couldn't be monetized anyway, so. Whoop. So yeah, I'll probably be back on later with some more Fortnite to hopefully get more damage done. But otherwise, we'll talk at okay.